So I go to this dinner, sit down. Naval's, there's about 40 people there. We got to chatting, and he's like, "Yeah, it's just my next biggest bag. I think it's 1,000xer. Like, this is the last thing in crypto that can do 1,000x." I'm like, "Oh, that's interesting."
I mean, can you start with like a quick intro into who you are and we can get into some of the fun stuff?
Sure. So I got into crypto in 2013. I used to be a ETF market maker at Citibank and Deutsche Bank in Hong Kong. I lost my job. I read the white paper in the spring of 2013 when Bitcoin was about, I don't know, 200 bucks. And I was like, okay, this crypto thing makes a lot of sense. And as a student of financial history, I was really excited that I believed in something that could possibly be as big as, the printing press. And how lucky was I to have read this white paper and to have the ability to, essentially not have to go get another job because I had enough savings and I had a nice couch to sleep on with one of my friends that I could sort of try to build a Bitcoin and crypto business. And that's what I did with BitMEX. I wanted to build a derivatives exchange that I, as a trader, wanted to trade on. Became the largest exchange in the world in 2018. Got fucked by the U.S. government. Almost went to jail. Got a pardon, and then now I'm back.
Okay, so thanks for the intro. Crazy lore. We touched on it at the beginning. Like Bitcoin is 98K right now, and I mean, bro, my timeline's in shambles. I'm just gonna be completely honest with you. So I'm curious, like, how are you positioned right now, and where is your head at seeing Bitcoin at 98K this morning?
I think the macro is very favorable for crypto. I'm still buying stuff. I mean, mostly Zcash, but again, there is an altcoin season happening. If you were in Hyperliquid and Zcash over the last probably 18 months, you did exceptionally well as a trader. Yes, I understand that a lot of the 99% of the other dog shit coins are down, but again, that's trading, right? Not everything goes up. So I love the markets right now.
I guess moving to some of the Zcash stuff. I've heard you say this a couple times now, Naval. Can you tell me the story of like how did Naval Zcash pill you? Like, what did he tell you that got you like so fired up about Zcash?
So I kind of forgot about Zcash for a long time, and I remember I was doing some privacy interview the night before this when I met Naval at this dinner, and we were talking, and the interviewer asked me, "Oh, what do you think about this 100% move in Zcash overnight?" And I was like, "Oh, it's interesting. I haven't really thought much about Zcash." I looked later that it was sort of a tweet by Naval that sort of galvanized people to sort of like reignite this narrative. And I didn't think anything of it. Okay, cool. It moved up. Whatever. I got other shit to do. So I go to this dinner, sit down. Naval's, there's about 40 people there. We got to chatting. And he was like, I was like, oh, congratulations on the Zcash thing and da 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 da. And he's like, yeah, it's just my next biggest bag. I think it's 1,000xer. Like, this is the last thing in crypto that can do 1,000x. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. And then I laid out the issues that I had with Zcash back from 2016. And he started to, bat them down one by one. And he's like, yeah, well, guess what? Like, if everything I'm saying is true, then, and people care about privacy again, this thing, this thing could go up big, right? And so, you know what? This guy is a very good investor. He's hit a lot of home runs. At dinner, I pinged all my brokers, bought a few bucks worth of Zcash. It was funny that 6 out of 8 of my brokers that I pinged wouldn't let me trade it. That made me want it even more. And so so I able to buy my first bag. Fully buy into Naval's vision here, and I think it could go 10 to 20% of the value of Bitcoin. And I set a target in my mind of the amount of capital that I want to invest in terms of the entry price, and I've been doing that. I think I'm pretty much done with buying my Zcash back. I might buy a little bit more if we dip, but it looks like we dipped down like something in the low 400s, and I think we're holding strong here at 500-ish. And I think we're going to reaccelerate the Zcash move.
There's a lot of young people that watch this stream. There's a lot of first cycle people. There's a lot of people that showed up for Solana in 2024. There's a lot of people that are just like in a different tax bracket than you are and are sort of like, yeah, it's a little bit of a weird time in the market, especially if you don't have big bankroll, a huge portfolio. You're relatively new. You're trying to get your head around things, and you're really unsure what to do. You hear all these takes. If you're in this spot, how do you make it? What do you do? What do you focus on? How do you get your mindset right to put yourself in a position to like get where you are right now?
Time and the compounding rate of interest are two of the most powerful forces in the universe. And so, the CPI inflation, let's call it 2% inflation, the Fed's target from 1913 until the present has generated a 99% decline in the value of the dollar. So even a small percentage increase compounded over time will generate massive returns. So put all that shit aside about the hypergamblization, understand the feeling, observe it, and say, guess what? I'm going to trust that, if I can just make 5% compounded over a particular period of time and not suffer massive drawdowns because it was shooting for the stars over time, I'm going to get very wealthy.